I'm a loser. I'm a loser. And I'm not what I appear to be. Loser. Loser.
Anti-Afro Svengalis. I was just coming on here to share some unfortunate realities. One huge unfortunate reality for Dumpsey, D. Durrell, Dempsey Spears, the Medicare defrauder, is that he's a loser. He's a loser to a degree that is unimaginable. Tiff P, you defend a loser. You defend an amoral piece of shit. You are not neutral, and you never have been. You sat over there and co-signed that bullshit of Catherine Brown. And I don't know what kind of law you practice, but you decide to ignore what happened in that lawsuit. Let me clarify with respect to Rev G, me, and AFW. The nebulous lawsuit, that is what the court ruled, that Catherine Brown's claims were nebulous. You also ignore the fact that Dempsey has been disciplined by the board for Medicare fraud. Now, people can go ahead and try to be technical with the terms. He stole money, and you don't even address that. But here's the thing. People are allowed to be biased. I'm just pointing out those who want to run around and question people. You should be questioning Tiff P, who doesn't cover the bullshit that Dempsey has perpetrated. You were sitting over there with him. So I can't believe you act like you don't know what's happening. Oh, I'm not sure. Yes, you do, because you were sitting over there. I mean, it's okay to be biased, but don't verbalize that you don't know what's going on, because you know what's going on. Knowing what's going on and choosing to be biased is your right. But please don't act like you don't see, you don't hear, you don't know about all the things that Dempsey has done. And what he has done has resulted in action being taken against him. It should have been taken against him. He should not be doing the things that he is doing. Now, people can talk shit about me all day long. I never said I was a perfect person, but I'm not violating any regulations. That's the difference. Dempsey violates regulations every time he gets on the live stream. And you think it's okay for Dempsey to call someone a registered sex offender who isn't a registered sex offender? You're an attorney. Why aren't you calling him out for that? He called Taz a registered sex offender. Taz has never, ever been accused of, arrested, or questioned about anything involving any child. But you think that's okay. You did not call out Dempsey for calling Rev G a pedophile. You didn't call out Dempsey for him referring to all of these women, these wives and girlfriends of these brothers. You don't call him out from referring to these women in sexually degrading terms. You didn't call him out for saying Stargate was involved with Deshaun Watson massage case, and she could have been one of the people hooked up in that. You didn't call him out for that. You don't call him out for anything. You are allowed. It is your right to move around with blinders on. It is my right to call it out. It's bullshit. Tiff P, it makes absolutely no sense. It is nonsensical. It is hypocritical that you can criticize Nikki Proctor Walden about being a fraud and how she talks to people. You were very strong on that she should be called out for her bullshit. But for some reason, Dempsey, who's doing the same thing, doesn't get called out by you. Specifically, let's talk about the financial part. Both of them are financial frauds. Dumpsey D. Durrell, your buddy, ran around here bragging about how much money he makes, putting people down because he claims they don't make money like he does. How the hell would he know anyway? But at any rate, he is very big on that, trashing and bashing people for his perception about their financial status. He's done that. However, he's been disciplined for stealing $8,000+ and I don't think that's all that he stole. Don't you consider that financial fraud? He's perping. Why would someone who makes money like he claims to have made have a need to steal from Medicare, and he stole from Medicare by claiming he provided services he never provided. Don't you consider that to be financial fraud and bullshit, stealing from the public and claiming to have provided services that he never provided? And then you have NPW, who's running around here claiming she's solid, she makes all this money, people are broke, they don't have jobs. She's up here harassing Remix, claiming he doesn't work, all this shit. A to Z, trashing people all over the place. She keeps trying to talk shit about Gerald. Let me tell you one thing. Neither Gerald or his wife make $38,000 a year like NPW's husband does as a residential coordinator at the college where she used to work, where she got fired from. Not the most recent one, the one before that. That's why she never talked about him. That's why she never bragged about him. Gerald Palmer and the missus, his wife, each make eons in excess of $38,000 a year. That is what NPW's husband makes. She was ashamed while she ran around here perpetrating a fraud herself, borrowing chump change from people that she says are broke and dusty. Are you serious? Yes, that's what she did. But she's no better than Dempsey. Dempsey could have been prosecuted. If you're going to call out Nikki Proctor Walden, you got to call out Dempsey, or what you're doing is not credible. Dempsey is a habitually sexually harassing clown ass freak. Yeah, that's my opinion. And that's not actionable. I can make those statements because I'm on the receiving end of his sexual harassment. I have it documented. Dumpsey's making up shit about people. I can comment on conduct that people have themselves admitted to doing. Like, let me see your handcuffs. Like Garfield, that's not sexual harassment. I can give commentary on that. I am not making up lies about anybody. Dempsey is, and he continuously uses crude sexual remarks about me and other women and men. He is a sexual harasser, and he can try to take me to court all day, every day. He will not prevail because I have the documentation going back to 2018. Yeah, Dempsey knows better. That's why he hasn't filed a lawsuit. He will carry the burden of proof if he files a lawsuit. That's something you didn't really clarify. Somebody running around on YouTube doesn't have a burden of proof to do anything. You don't get a burden of proof until a lawsuit is filed. Whoever files it carries the burden. And that is the reason why I am not suing any of these pieces of shit. Let me see your handcuffs. Dumpsey, Nikki Proctor Walden. They are claiming they have been aggrieved by me. Let them file the lawsuit, because them filing a lawsuit means I have to lie to the court. They are going to have to lie to a court just like Catherine Brown did in order for a judge to even read the shit. And then that's when I'm in the position to file a sanctions motion against them for lying to the court. None of these people have any actionable claim against me. They haven't filed a lawsuit because they know they're not going to prevail. I am not filing any lawsuit against these idiots. I'm going to continue to access the public domain right to contact boards and employers as long as their harassment continues. And it's continuing. Let me see your handcuffs is up here complaining and crying that she's being cyberbullied. And she continues to mention me in all these chats, although she claims her employer said to stop. You don't have a case. You never did have a case. Dempsey told me not to contact the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I contacted them. I filed a complaint against this ass. He has no action against me. He would only have an action against me if I was lying about him. I haven't told a single lie on Dumpsey. He's up here running around crying about some incident that occurred back in 2017, running around crying and screaming, saying that I misidentified him and slandered him. Then he's citing your name, Tiff P, as having given him legal advice that he should have sued me. I'm sure you know there were no grounds to sue, but it's very interesting how you don't seem to be giving him any legal guidance right now because he's doing nothing but further spiraling out of control, and it's all going to come back on him. We are not doing anything to Dempsey that's actionable. He has compiled a litany of actionable conduct against me and several other people. So it sounds as though you are not working in his best interest. If you're supposed to be a friend, long ago you would have influenced him against this conduct, but you seem to be supporting it. You're not going to be able to help him. He gets in a legal quandary. You haven't been able to help him yet. He's been disciplined several times for his conduct that is unbecoming, that is unethical. It is not about whether somebody likes what someone says. It's about whether the violation is specifically stated in the law. He doesn't have any violations specifically stated in the law that he can lay on me, that he can lay on Gerald, so he continues to slander Gerald Palmer. You are going to pay for the shit that you've done to many people. It is not just me. It is not just Gerald. He's going to have to answer to it. Nobody can compel us to stay on YouTube. We don't have to volunteer to be Dumpsey's victims. We refuse. We are going to hold him accountable using a license as a weapon. That is exactly what he does. Diagnosing people. He's already received a formal warning against this unethical, unauthorized conduct that is specifically stated in the law. You are not allowed to do that. That is why these idiots get so mad at me. I don't run afoul of the regulations. I can have my free speech. I can say what I want to say as long as I don't run afoul of the legislation that has been laid down governing this profession. I don't get my free speech rights eradicated. Am I violating any regulations? And the answer is no. Is Dempsey violating regulations each and every single time he jumps his ass up on a live stream, slandering people, lying on people, sexually harassing people? He can't get enough. He does not know when to stop. He even has a cease and desist letter from Larry Reid, and he's too stupid to keep his mouth shut. I hope Larry Reid takes you to the cleaners. You deserve to be. You are so desperate for attention. You are so hungry to be seen as someone that is important that you don't give a damn that you are in the process of self-destruction. You are the one self-destruction. No amount of lies that you tell about us is going to save you. You are doing yourself in. You can keep on lying. And that whole situation about attacking the Mexican culture, you're disgusting. This is a person who says he's a therapist and denigrates people based on their race, attacks women based on their gender, is extremely homophobic, and has up on the website that he provides services to people from the LGBTQ plus community. He discriminates against people who are married. He constantly race attacks people who he says aren't black. He is disgusting, people. And he thinks he has a right to be able to serve people across cultures, across heritage. It's really beyond nauseating. He's worse than Umar Johnson because he actually, unfortunately, through what means, has a license. But thankfully, the state of Texas has stated he is so irresponsible that he cannot supervise anybody who is pursuing a license. So we're getting somewhere. He is abominable. He is a liar and he is a loser. He's a sexual harasser. All he can do is try to figure out what lies can he tell next on who, because he simply can't compete being an ethical, upstanding individual because he doesn't know what that looks like. I mean, you telling us, Tiff P, that Dempsey is a nice person offline. Are you serious? Oh my God, it's frightening to think that you look at this person as a decent individual, but you do it because you're able to ignore all of the unethical, anti-family, anti-humane, all the conduct he's engaged in is frankly inhumane. And I don't see how any person would ever consider associating with someone like that. But then again, that is your choice. Why in the hell would this fool get up here and say that there was some truce, that we were going to negotiate? Hell no. I would be caught dead with somebody like this. You are so unethical. You are so abusive. You are a liar. You're a clown and you are a loser. And I look forward to the day that you truly get what you deserve in terms of sanctions because you have disgraced this profession, coming online using a license as a weapon. I don't even integrate what I do professionally online. You are the one who's constantly saying you are a therapist while you were verbally abusing, sexually harassing, lying, denigrating people based on protected class status. You've done it over and over and over again. And you cannot tell me or anyone else that we have to keep shit online. We don't follow your orders. We don't listen to you. You're nothing to us. We don't owe you a damn thing. And we're not giving you anything other than what you deserve. People, there is much more to come. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.